Hey fans of Reparadise, we're out here at another beautiful location in Salt Lake City, Utah. And today we are revealing a beautiful 60s era Airstream that we just completed. So you can see this thing shining and blinging in the sun. We just got her polished, just got this awning put on, and yeah, now we're ready to kind of reveal to you guys what we finished. We're gonna start on the outside here. We got Stella out here watching for buffalo and antelope, make sure we don't get trampled while we're doing the walkthrough. One of the first features that you'll notice, besides the beautiful vintage look and style of this Airstream, is these louvered windows that are on both sides of the trailer. And this is one of the main features that the client wanted when we were searching for a model that would fit their style and design that they were going for. There's only a couple years that they have these louvered windows that are available, and to find them all intact and the hardware working and the original glass and everything was definitely a huge bonus. So moving past these windows, another cool feature of this year and era of Airstream is the Inception door, our door-in-door action. So you've got a screen door here, so you can keep the door open, keep airflow, keep the light, keep everything like that going. And you've got this killer little secondary door right there. So it's kind of a cool, unique feature. As we kind of cruise through this outside, you'll see this beautiful zipped awning for shade. And as we move around the exterior of this trailer, you can't help but notice how flawless the skin is. And I mean, that was a huge selling point on this. One of the things that I'm always telling clients is look for good windows, a good entrance door, and good skin. And you can, you know, from there, you can design and build anything, but that's the great starting point. And this unit was, I mean, just flawless. There's almost no rock chips on the front. There was no dents that we had to pull out. We didn't have to replace panels. It was just in absolutely amazing shape. It polished up beautifully, as you can see, so it didn't sit under anything gnarly, getting a lot of corrosion and anything eating away at the skin. And as we start rolling around the trailer, like looking at the back side and the street side of this, it's very clean. The designs are very atomic era, and we didn't want to clutter up the original design with modern clunky plastic, you know, penetrations for shore power and water, city water, your exhaust for your heater and all those things that we end up having to cut holes into the trailer for. We want to make sure that we keep with the clean looks of that era. So looking down through here, even though we do have all of those penetrations into the side, it still looks nice and clean, and you are looking more at the design of the trailer and not these big holes in there. As you can see, reflecting back on the skin of the trailer, this retained the feel from the 60s without cluttering it, even though we do have modern conveniences. We've got our fans, we've got air conditioners, 2 of them. We've got, I think about 720 watts of solar on the roof. We've got your shore power, we've got heaters, we've got all the things that you want. But when you're standing outside and you're staring at this thing and people are driving by or they see you in the campground, they don't see this mess of modern conveniences. They see the shell, that atomic era design that's so known for the brand. These Airstreams, especially the vintage era Airstreams, just have a lot of visual impact. The design of them is just absolutely timeless. So for us, we wanted to make sure that the exterior stayed that way. We didn't want to clutter it up with a bunch of modern conveniences that take away from that look and feel. And everything that you would need, you're still able to look at this beautiful trailer, and that's what stands out, is that original design that they were going for. We're pretty proud of how the exterior turned out, how the polish looks. Hopefully you guys love it too, but we definitely want to take you inside right now so that we can show you what we did inside this thing. Come on in. This trailer was a shell-off restoration. We pulled the whole body, pulled the chassis out, we reinforced it, we put a whole new front end on it, we did new water tanks, new axles, all that stuff. But that's the boring stuff. It's the guts and everything that gets us to the fun stuff. The fun stuff's inside. So let's step in here and check out why this is such a badass trailer. Come on in, Dalila. All right, I can finally take my glasses off. All right, well, welcome to the interior of the Airstream. This does not look like a 1960s Airstream. So we worked in conjunction with Studio McGee to be able to design exactly what they wanted. It was quite the process. There's a lot of teaching and learning about what works in a trailer. There's a lot of things that you got to fit in here. As everybody knows, basically we're building an entire house to fit into this 24 by 7 foot area. So you've got all the things that you need with it, from your water and sewer system to your HVAC units. You need the storage, you need beds, you need a full bathroom, everything like that. So there's a lot of give and take when working with a client of what their dream is versus what we can actually produce that's going to be a fully livable, usable, functional trailer. But I think we nailed it for them. They're super amped, they're super excited, super happy with the outcome, and so are we. So let's start with the front of the house here. So the front of the house, a giant dinette. So you can just see how much space I have. The clients do have 3 kids, so this was a very important space for them. They want to have the space for that they're not going to just always have fighting kids, because they're always going to be elbow to elbow in a space. Kind of like your house, you know, your kitchen and lounge area and dinette area is kind of your focal point and where everybody ends up hanging out. And it's the same in the trailer. This is a giant space for the people to be able to spread around. This unit right here also converts into a bed with a flick of a button, which is real nice. They don't have to get under there and manhandle this giant table. And so this thing is huge when it turns into a bed. I mean, it's at least king size. I don't know the measurements offhand, but it's 7 feet wide and, you know, 7+ feet long if somebody wanted to stretch out on the end there. This is great. We're also housing all of our electronics under here. And anybody that's been watching our videos and our posts from over the past number of years, we put in some pretty spectacular electrical systems. So this guy is full boondock capable. We've got almost 800 watts of solar up on the roof, 48 volt battery system in this. I am not the techno-whiz. For that full explanation, this is something that Chance is going to have to take over. So Chance, the cue is on you. Tell them all the things that we need to know and they need to know about the electrical system that we put into this thing.
Hey guys, Chance here at Reparadise. We're going to do a little walkthrough on this 48 volt system we just finished up. Put the whole power system up on the front bench here. We got our distribution. This is all of our 12 volt fusing here. We have DIN rail breakers for all of our 48 volt distribution. Dual Orion 48 to 12 volt step downs. Right here, AC panel and our Servo GX. We also have our Garnet tank monitor mounted in this area, which is transmitting to our servo, so all of our water tank levels are visible underneath the sink. We come over this way, and this is where we got our solar controllers mounted. We have twin solar controllers, one for both street side and curb side of the trailer, since Airstreams have curved roofs. This way we get a little bit better performance out of our solar array by separating them. Also got our 48 volt low voltage disconnect there to protect everything and shut the coach down if our battery gets low. And then right here, mounted in the middle, we have our CAN bus lithium batteries. We got 4 in here for a total of 800 amp hours at 12 volt, or just under 10 kilowatt hours of power. And we actually have room for 2 more in here, so we can go up to 15 kilowatt hours of storage in this rig. We have 2 air conditioners on this Airstream, and we can power both of them simultaneously with our Quattro inverter here. So it's a Quattro 5000, which can run everything in this coach all the time. So yeah, pretty sweet setup. These guys are going to be off grid and be able to run their whole Airstream like they're plugged into shore power.
some other things. I mean, with these louvered windows, you can see just how massive they are. Coupled with the front window, all the windows that roll down into the kitchen. I mean, this is just an insane amount of light, and it feels very bright, very open compared to modern trailers, which are way taller. They're boxier, so they actually have more room as you move up the walls. Even though the modern trailers are way bigger, this does feel very spacious with the white walls and the openness of it all. You know, it's not a very claustrophobic feeling space, and I think that's very important for the client and the design of everything. I think we kind of nailed it on that. It feels great in here. And as we move into the kitchen, which is also a very open space, you know, as you look around, you can see that there's no overheads. A lot of Airstreams have the big front enclosure for, sometimes it's electronics, sometimes storage, and as you move through and start putting overheads all through here. But it was important for them to have the look and the feel of space in here. It does cut down on storage, but a big bright space is a happy space, right? Look at that Stella dog. You're looking like a pit bull right now with your ears back. So with just a couple steps, we've moved from the dinette slash bedroom into our kitchen space. And you know, the nice thing about this is, even though basically at the halfway point in our trailer, we have built this wall, which once the doors close, that's the bathroom and the bedroom in the rear. This area still feels very open, and with a husband and wife team and 3 kids, they can still occupy this whole space and not just be bumping elbows and the kids crawling all over themselves and fighting about it. You can still spread out very nicely. And the kitchen's got all the conveniences you want, right? You got your 12-volt isotherm fridge and freezer, which actually, even though it's an under-counter unit, it still has a ton of space. So the client also has a Dometic 12-volt cooler that they keep in the truck. So splitting between the 2 of them, you don't need to build a big walled fridge in here. You've got a deep well sink. You've got storage all underneath here. You've got your oven for getting your cookies going for the kids, an induction stovetop, places to hang pots and pans, the convenience of grabbing a knife super quick. So yeah, just a nice airy open space, and we absolutely love the design and the feel of this. But easily you can, whether you're in the bathroom or you're in the bedroom trying to sleep and you got the kids up front, it's a matter of just closing it off, and you've separated the back of the house from the front of the house. So, speaking of the back of the house, well, don't normally say this, but I'm going to the bathroom. Join me. You don't want to go out and chase some bisons? As we step into this bathroom, you'll probably first notice this pretty awesome modern shower, and I will step in it for dramatic effect. But we've got a really cool splash guard here, our shower head and controls. We've got, this is the wheel well actually right here that I'm sitting on, which acts as both a location to sit, depending on what you're doing, cutting your nails in the shower or having to wash up. But it's a nice ledge in here, but it's a pretty awesome design and built shower for an Airstream. You just don't see this very often. Right outside of here, we also have a 12-volt macerating toilet. You find them a lot in boats, but we put this in here because we are flushing our toilet like down the line a little bit into a black water tank, so it helps make sure that we don't have any backup or blockage. Here we've got kind of a floating island. So this is our sink base. We've got some drawers in here and storage. Just overall, just a really nice, clean, open space for the bathroom. Huge window in here. We've got ventilation over top, and it also accesses our bedroom. Whether or not you're sleeping or if you're in the front of the house, you can close both these doors and you're completely in your own little world in here. Tons of room. We've taken up the whole center of the trailer to put this in. Tons of room to move around. You're not, a lot of these people, and we have in the past, will build our walls up to about where the line is for our vents or for our air conditioners. So you're actually working in a space about here. Moving this into the center gives us a ton of room to move off, to dry, to get ready for the day, anything like that. Very well designed area. And that will move us into the master bedroom. We have this giant, it is a queen size bed, but definitely takes up a lot of the space, and a vintage Airstream. But the client was insistent that they have a nice plush, very comfortable bed. We designed this to their specifications, everything down to the thickness of the mattress, the storage underneath, floating nightstands on either side, at source lights, open, bright atmosphere. And yeah, it's a beautiful space and super comfortable bed, as Stella will attest to. 90+ pound shot pit bull sitting here, and she's passed out, like just dead asleep, even though we're making all those commotions. She's pretty amped with the design and the style and the bed, and so are we. So hopefully you've liked this trailer, you've enjoyed the walkthrough. If you have any questions about any of the components in here, whether it's these beautiful light switches that, yes, we did design here in-house, or the process of doing something like this for yourself, just let us know, give us a ring, drop us a line. But I thank you for watching, and join us again soon, because we're going to keep having more awesome trailers and vans for you guys to check out. Thanks.